When you don't know where to turn, we're here to help.
When you're running in circles and not being heard, we're listening. This is why we're here. This is what we do.
You call, you email us with your concerns, and we get to work.
Getting you answers.
Western Mass News.
We have breaking news at this hour. An Amber Alert has been issued as police are searching for a vehicle stolen from Chicopee with a small child inside. That vehicle is described as a red Toyota Camry with a Massachusetts license plate. You can see it there on your screen. It is 3SCX29. Police say it was stolen from 136 Exchange Street in Chicopee at around 9 this morning. The vehicle last seen heading towards I-91 southbound, going through Long Meadow. Now, the child identified as a 3-year-old boy wearing a green Easter shirt with eggs and a dinosaur on them. We are continuing to follow breaking news that we've been monitoring all morning long. A 3-year-old boy was found safe after a car was stolen from Chicopee with him still inside. Welcome to Western Mass News at 12:30 on ABC 40. I'm David Horowitz, and we are learning now that Connecticut State Police are booking that suspect who will be facing charges in both Connecticut and in Massachusetts. And we do have team coverage for you. Amanda Callahan and Glenn Kittle both standing by. But first, let's start with Abby Carnevale, who is live at the hotel in East Windsor where that child was dropped off. Abby?
David, like you just mentioned, we are in East Windsor at the Roadway Inn, and you're going to see the front of this hotel plenty of times over the next day, week, and months regarding this case. But I wanted to take you out back because this back parking lot is incredibly significant. It's the spot where David Charbonneau met that little boy that went missing this morning for the very first time. According to Mass State Police, the little boy was in a red Toyota Camry out of Chicopee when the vehicle was stolen with him inside of it. And after a mad dash up and down 91 this morning, the boy's part of this story ends at 9:05 a.m. The hotel's general manager shared their security footage with us, and you can see the stolen Toyota Camry pull into the parking lot. He then proceeds to pull around the back parking lot where the 3-year-old was taken out of the vehicle and left alone while the suspect drove off. After 1 minute of being left alone, David Charbonneau, a guest at the hotel, found the boy in the same exact spot while taking his dog for a walk. The hotel guest describes the moment to Western Mass News.
And so I got back about 10 past 9, and there's a little kid puddle jumping, all alone. And I look around, there's no adults, nobody with him. So I'm trying to talk to him, and he was afraid of me at first. Well, I had the dog with me, too, so I had to get my dog back in my room and then come running back out, and he's still out there, I was trying to hurry because I was worried about him. He was out in the parking lot there.
Charbonneau describes the child as a little nervous as he walks up to the child. He's recognizing a stranger with a dog, and he was a little hesitant. But after a little bit, the child clearly warmed up to Charbonneau, and he took him into the hotel lobby, and they alerted authorities. And Charbonneau says he stays at this hotel pretty frequently, especially during the winter months, but he has never experienced anything like this specific morning. And just down the road, I think it's about just a few miles, Amanda Callahan is now standing by with the exact place authorities found that suspect.
That's right, Abby. We're here in Windsor, Connecticut, just down the road from where you are. You can see behind me, this is the red Camry that had the child in it that was stolen out of Chicopee. They drove down here across state lines here to Windsor, dropped off this car in Target parking lot in Windsor after he dropped off the boy at that hotel. Then we heard that the suspect went into the Dollar Tree just across the road and went inside to go shopping. Now, we know that the suspect is in custody by state police. We do not yet know his identity, but we do know that Chicopee police were here along with local and state police from Connecticut. Now, one man we spoke with who was shopping in the Dollar Tree says that he's just happy to know that that boy is now safe.
And relieved to hear that they got him and the kid is okay. I can't imagine the parents being a parent, that is the worst nightmare of any parent. So glad he's okay.
Now, again, police will remain here on scene in Windsor as they're waiting for this red Camry to be processed and then towed away from the scene. But, of course, this all unfolded in Chicopee, just across state lines in Massachusetts. That's where we find Western Mass News reporter Glenn Kittle with how this all unfolded. Glenn.
Yeah, that's right, Amanda. We're right here on Exchange Street in Chicopee. That's where that 2021 red Toyota Camry was stolen with the 3-year-old inside. Now, take a look at this video. This is the scene when our Western Mass news crews arrived just shortly after 9:30. You can see that multiple state and local police cruisers flooding the scene where this car was stolen. We also caught a glimpse of the Chicopee police questioning what appeared to be a family who lived in the building in front of where the car was stolen. We spoke with some folks who lived around the area who were shocked to hear the events that unfolded just minutes away from where they lived.
That's horrible. That poor child's going to have PTSD. That person that stole that car, these things need to stop.
There's state police troopers everywhere. So I'm like, oh, it must be another break-in or something like that. And I hear it's a child abduction. So immediately having children, it's just my stomach turned immediately. It just became like a instant, like, want to throw up type feeling.
Now, the circumstances surrounding how that vehicle was stolen are still up in the air, but we're expected to learn more information later tonight from Chicopee Police. They're expected to hold a press conference later today at 2:00 p.m. And also just moments ago, I obtained security camera footage of the moments that the car was stolen. We'll have that coming up for you later tonight on Western Mass News at 4, 5, and 6. Reporting live in Chicopee, Glenn Kittle for Western Mass News.
7 people are under arrest. One of them, 16 years old, and 7 firearms seized in connection to the brazen shootings. And Western Mass News reporter Glenn Kittle joins us live in Springfield with the latest information. Glenn, how is the officer doing?
Yeah, Chris, Abby, the officer who Springfield police have not identified at this time, is said to have suffered gunshot wounds to his face and leg. Now, Springfield Police Superintendent Larry Akers says that he went to the hospital in serious condition, but believes that the officer will pull through.
I get a little emotional because I care about my officers.
A Springfield police officer is in the hospital after being shot during a shooting spree involving 2 vehicles full of suspects starting in the Mason Square area on Wednesday night. Taking you through the fast-moving developments under investigation, Springfield police say at 10:40 p.m., members of their firearms investigative unit were conducting an investigation on College Street when gunshots were fired at them from a Honda Civic. No one was hit. 2 minutes later, nearby at the intersection of State Street and Hunter Place, shots were fired at an unmarked police car from a Jeep Cherokee. Again, no one injured. But a minute later, the shooters in the Jeep turned their attention to another officer driving on State Street on his way to work. He was shot in the face and leg and was rushed to the hospital. In the meantime, Mass DOT says 3 workers on the South End Bridge were injured, one of them seriously when he was hit by the fleeing Honda Civic from the first shooting scene. Springfield police moved quickly and were able to locate the Civic in the area of Riverview Terrace. 3 occupants were taken into custody and 4 firearms were seized on the I-91 ramp. And the Jeep was located at a Randall Place home. 4 suspects were arrested and 3 firearms were recovered.
Thank you for that live report, Glenn. Our team coverage of Wednesday's shooting continues with a conversation with the community. I spent the day getting answers on how they feel in the wake of this violence.
It just brings back, every time I see someone, any shooting in the city, it brings me back to that night of June 26th.
Almost 4 years to the day, Tangela Clark is reminded of the gun violence in Springfield that took her daughter Tamara's life.
We live amongst killers. People that murder our children are walking right by us.
We start this hour with team coverage following heavy flooding in some areas across our area. And we've got crews set up all over the region ready to bring you the latest on weather issues and flooding.
This video captured by our Western Mass News cameras, the car got dragged by the water and then it quickly started to get submerged by the water, which started to rise as more rain poured down quickly. Both our photographer who is behind camera right now and someone who was jogging in the area at the moment called 911 immediately.
Now, here's some video of major flooding here on Nash's Mill Road, which is still currently closed. Several other streets throughout town were also closed today as rising water made them impassable.
Westfield police closed the bridge earlier today. You probably can't see it behind me as we go into the nighttime hours, but there's still a small barrier behind me made up of cones and a line blocking off this side of the bridge as well as the other side of the bridge. And in the background here, we can hear that water still ripping down the Munn Creek. And the water on that bridge has receded a little bit, but that wasn't the case earlier today. This is video that we shot when our Western Mass News crews first arrived here.
I'm living my best life. I'm gonna shine, taking one step at a time. I'm living my best life. I'm gonna fly from the darkness and into the light. And I'm living my best life. stepping outside